ProductAwesome.com. For product people by product people.
We all know as product leaders how costly it is to make a hiring mistake, and I'm gonna outline on the back of my own experience what are those key traits, the kind of like key skill set that you wanna look out for when you make your hiring decisions. Product people are typically problem space explorers. They are the why people. So curiosity is definitely a key element. You want to have people with a very low ego. You need to have people that put their team first. Humility. So it's this team first attitude, caring about the success of the team as opposed to caring about individual success. Hi guys, and welcome to ProductAwesome.com. My name is Alessandro Dalla Volta. I'm a product leader at PCI Pal, and Product Awesome is my product content channel. This is the second episode of a mini-series which is targeted at product leaders and ultimately how to be successful as a product leader. And in the second episode, we are going to explore hiring, and we're going to focus on what do you need to actually look out for when hiring people for your cross-functional teams. We all know as product leaders how costly it is to make a hiring mistake, and I'm going to outline on the back of my own experience what are those key traits, the kind of like key skill set that you want to look out for when you make your hiring decisions. I'm going to start by actually outlining a minimum common denominator of skills that I feel like every person within a cross-functional team should have. And then we are going to deep dive into some of the specific roles. So we're going to be looking specifically at product managers, we'll be looking at product marketing managers, and we'll be looking at product designers. But we're going to start with this minimum common denominator. And in my own experience, when you hire people for your team, you need to look out for people that essentially are curious. So when you think about it, product people are typically problem space explorers. So they are people that need to be actually keen on understanding what's really motivating users, what's really happening in a certain situation. They are the why people. They are people that need to be able to ask why a sufficiently high number of times to actually get to the bottom of things. So curiosity is definitely a key element. The second one that I want to outline is humility. So when you think about your cross-functional teams, you want to have people with a very low ego. You need to have people that put their team first. So it's this team first attitude, caring about the success of the team as opposed to caring about individual success. And humility is also important because as product people, many a times we come across things that we may not necessarily be experts in. So typically we are generalists. And it's important to know what you know as a product person, but it's even more important to know what you don't know. And when you know that you don't know something, then you need to upskill yourself. You need to do your research. You need to document yourself. You need to rely on other people in the team or other stakeholders to actually gain the knowledge that you need to have to build and deliver a successful product. Okay. Then there's lifelong learning attitude. I cannot stress enough how important this is. You want to look for people that constantly upskill themselves. So when you look at the current kind of like trends in tech, what's happening around us, things are changing very, very quickly. Think about what has happened with AI over the course of the last 15, 18 months. The way that we work, the way that we live is changing, and it's changing quickly. And that's just one example. So it doesn't matter whether your product people upskill themselves formally via certain courses, or whether it's perhaps something slightly less formal. It can be videos that they watch, it can be papers that they read, it can be magazines, it doesn't really matter. It can be blogs, it can be whatever. The point is that you need to find people that have got that drive to actually gain constantly knowledge. Then there's self-motivation. Now, self-motivation, again, incredibly important. You need people who generally see a glass half full, and people who are really motivated to get out there and constantly deliver value to your users. So ultimately, product success is this constant value delivery, and as a product person, you really need to be motivated daily. Hey, what can I do today? How can I deliver value today? And it can be as simple as finding an issue, optimizing the performance of something. It can be a customer conversation. It can be, hey, is there a little feature that I can refine and add to my backlog? It doesn't matter what it is, but you have to have this motivation to actually want to deliver constantly value to your customers, value to the users of your product. And then there's adaptability. And actually, adaptability within the context of a B2B tech organization is just fundamental. You need people that are able to cope with essentially changes in the business environment, but also changes in priorities within the organization. So you need people that are able to adapt quickly, and also people that are able to cope with change and uncertainty as well. Finally, last but not least, communication skills. I cannot stress enough how important it is to hire people that can communicate clearly, concisely, and frequently to other people, either within their team or within the wider organization, or externally. So customers, partners, it doesn't matter. Communication skills are absolutely fundamental. It doesn't matter whether you're hiring a product manager, whether you're hiring a product marketing person, whether you're hiring a product designer that needs to run user testing sessions. It's absolutely fundamental. So let's do a quick recap of like what's the minimum common denominator of skills that you wanna look out for. And so we started off with curiosity, we explored the humility element, the self-motivation, the adaptability, and finally communication skills. Okay, perfect. So next we are going to deep dive into some of the roles, some of the specific roles within the cross-functional team, and we will look at product managers, we will look at product marketing managers, and we will look at product designers.